Okay, I'm gonna share my teaching story. Here is all about my teaching career. It's not a career. Hey all you cool cats and kittens. Today I'm gonna give you guys the story of how I became a teacher. The lighting is so good out here. Okay, take 51. Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a little bit of a story time, I guess you would call it, but on Instagram, Zoe just burped. On Instagram, I put up a box that kind of asked what you guys wanted to see, and you said what it's like to be a education major in college, and then story time, like how I got my job, first few years of teaching. So that's what I'm going to give you today. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to talk about is what it's like to be an education major in college, and obviously I can only speak about where I went to college because that's all I know. Hi Zoe. But I went to the University of Cincinnati, here in Cincinnati obviously, and I chose early childhood education, but originally I did want to go in doing like middle because I had student taught in a 5th grade classroom, I think it was, in high school, and I really liked it. It was 5th grade math. But when I went to college, I played lacrosse, and my coach kind of like sat me down and was like, here's the classes you would take to be early ed versus middle, and there was a lot harder classes like that I didn't know if I could pass, or just it would be a lot more time and I would miss a lot of practice and stuff like that. So I ended up going with early. And then at the end of my senior year, over the summer, I took 2 courses that added on my 4th and 5th grade endorsement. So I can teach kindergarten or preschool, I guess, through 5th grade. But now that I'm in the early childhood grades, I like it better anyway. So everything works out for a reason, right? So let's see. So my freshman year, I just took all like gen ed classes. And then I think my sophomore year I did too. But your junior, or the end of your sophomore year, you apply to be in the education cohort. And I don't know if anyone got denied, honestly. I feel like at some schools maybe you do if there's like a lot of people there, but I feel like everyone got in. So then your junior year, it starts off with student teaching in the fall, but you only go half days, I think. I think that's how it works. If I remember right, fall semester of your junior year, you go either morning or afternoon to your placement, and then you do classes the opposite. So for me, I went to class in the morning because I had practice until 8. So like from 5 to 8 a.m. I practiced, and then sometimes I would shower, sometimes I would just have to run up to class, and it was like a 3-hour class. So they were really long, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I think so, because you had 4 classes. So each day was a different class for 3 hours. And then in the afternoon, you would go to your placement. So my very first placement was a preschool on campus, which was super nice. I liked it. I liked the people that I worked with, but I just knew preschool wasn't for me. It was too young. So my next semester, it's the same thing, 4 courses and then placement. So mine was a kindergarten then, because it just like goes up the scale. So kindergarten, and it was at SCPA in Cincinnati, which is a creative arts and like performing school, which was super cool to see. But again, I still knew kindergarten was too young. I was like, no, not for me. So then the next year, I got placed in a 1st grade classroom, but your senior year, you can get any grade that you'll be certified. So I just randomly got placed in 1st grade, and it was at a really nice school. It was a German language school, I want to say. That's what they called it. So the kids went to German once or twice a week, which was cool. But I really liked my placement there. I liked the school, I liked the teacher I was with, and I really actually ended up liking 1st grade because that's kind of like the oldest that I knew at the time. And I was a little bit scared, honestly. I was like, I don't know if I can go any higher because teaching some of that stuff was just new to me, and it was hard. Like, I am all about math. I love science. Math, science, STEM kind of like is my thing. So when I was teaching like verbs and nouns, and I knew like what all that stuff was, but I did not like it. I did not enjoy it. I was like nervous that the kids were gonna know more than me. So yeah, but anyways, that was a great year. And in the fall, you only went twice a week. So you went Monday and Tuesday all day, and then your classes were Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But in the spring, you go full time. So you go every day, Monday through Friday, like a whole school day. And then you have some night classes. I think I had like a Wednesday night class, 6 to 8, and then maybe an online class. I honestly don't remember. I know it wasn't that long ago, but I forget. Anyways, after college, you can start applying places and all that. It is hard, like I'm not gonna lie. Actually, it depends on where you live. But where I live, there was not many jobs being posted, and the jobs that were being posted were at like the not good schools or whatever. So I applied to everything. My camera died, but I'm back. Anyways, you go on to this website and you can like put your application in and answer all these questions, and then you can just click the schools and it kind of sends it to all the jobs that you want. So I did that, and I want to say that's how I got the job I did. Basically it was, or no, oh my goodness, my first year, I was wrong. My first year I was a long-term sub because I did not find a job. I did a few interviews, but I did not find a job. So my first year I was a long-term sub for a kindergarten classroom. The lady was having a baby. So from the start of the school year until, I think it was December, I was like, the teacher is, it was basically like my classroom, except for that it was her classroom, and I didn't have to make the plans. I just taught the plans. And then after that, at the same school, I went back and was a long-term first grade teacher right down the hall. So technically that counts as like a full year of teaching. It's still like I get paid based on that, but I did not have my own classroom. So the next year I was freaking out that I wasn't gonna have a job, and it was like July, I think, late July. And I had an interview at a school, and then they called and they offered it to me, and I was just like, yes, I'll take it. I didn't even know much about the school. It was a charter school. I ended up liking that school a lot. Like, I learned so much from that school, and I think honestly it helped me with behavior management and just everything. So my advice to you teachers who are looking for a job is don't be picky. Some people will tell you to be picky, but I learned so much from that school. I would go back and do that like again in a heartbeat if as my first year. Like, I would totally recommend it to anybody. So after that, my teaching partner was leaving to go to another school, and I was planning on just staying at the same school. I liked it, and I liked the people I work with. But over the summer, she called me and was like, hey, my new school is looking for a teaching partner for me. It was the same thing. So we taught third grade, and I taught math and science. She taught ELA, social studies. So at the new school, they were looking for the same thing, the math and science partner. The dogs need to be let out. I went and interviewed there, and I got the job. So we were partners again, which was kind of cool. Honestly, the school was very similar in the aspect of like behavior and stuff like that from the kids, but they paid me more, and it was a public school, and I liked the bigger school. Like, it was a K-12, and I don't know, it looked like an actual school to me. And the other one was like a really small old building. It was like maybe a church or something before. I don't know. But my classroom actually felt like a classroom, and that is something that I enjoyed. So I took that job, and I am still there. So I taught third grade last year, and now I'm teaching second grade this year, and then I plan on staying at the same school next year and teaching third grade. So I will loop up with my second graders, which they do not know yet, but I think that would be really cool. Have those relationships like already built, and I don't know. I think it'll be cool. So that is how I got my job. But my advice is take all the interviews you get. I hated going to interviews. Like, it was so painful to me. I hate talking about myself. I hate like when they ask like what's something good that you do, or I don't know, like I just don't like talking about myself and bragging. Even though I think I am a good teacher, I don't like talking about it. So yeah, but go to all the interviews you can, make connections with people. That's how I feel like a lot of people get jobs, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but if you have aunts or uncles or neighbors or anything that teach somewhere, let them hook you up, let them get you a good job. So is really all I have. I don't know what else to say. If you have any questions, you can ask me on Instagram or in the comments below. But that's my story of how I got my teaching job. I hope you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any more videos. And if this video was any help to you, give it a thumbs up. And if you didn't like it, you could even give it a thumbs down. But thanks for watching, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.